How can I help you today?
So you've seen Boyle out there, obviously it's almost camp, but you've seen him back out there the last 5 days. If he needs to go, what have you seen from him on the practice field that gives you that confidence?
You know, even though he couldn't go out and practice physically, he's been in it mentally, and he's a pretty sharp kid. So he threw well yesterday, and if he has to go, then we have full confidence that he can get the job done.
Is there anything he does different than Jared that either closes part of the playbook or opens up part of the playbook?
It definitely doesn't close any of the playbook. You know, he can handle it all. He's just been out for a while, so yeah. I mean, you saw some rush yesterday, but you know, don't expect to see those today. And you know, if we have to go with him, I'm sure we'll be fine.
What was the last week play for you? Being moved, not calling plays.
You know, it was different, but I was probably busier last week than I have been all season because I'm trying to assist the head coach and I'm looking at tendencies and writing charts and just providing information. But at the same time, did call some plays as well.
So, most people view it as a demotion, I guess, when you have play calling duties taken away from you. Mm-hmm. How do you respond?
You know, I wouldn't say that. I don't know. I don't see it as a demotion. I've been in Dan's shoes, and if I was 0-8, hell, I need to spark my team. Being an offensive guy, I probably would have done the same thing, to be honest with you, and I have. So I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't agree with what he did. But I thought it worked well. I thought we worked well together last week. You know, he asked me my opinion on certain things, and he make those calls. But he wanted to talk to the quarterback. That was the main thing. He wanted to communicate with the quarterback, and only one person can do that. And so he's got the headset, and I will call plays. I'll call it through him, or I'll assist him, or do whatever he want me to do.
What percentage of plays did you call?
Man, I couldn't tell you that, but I just know that it is a collaborative effort. But you know, how long we do that, I don't know.
How would you describe Dan as a play caller offensively?
Man, Dan knows football. Dan's sharp as hell, and you know, he's been in New Orleans with the high-power offense. You know, he brings a lot of good ideas to the table throughout the week when we're game planning. You know, I thought he called the game last week that gave us the best chance to win the game. You know, we had to run the ball 40 times in those conditions, and I haven't had any problem with that.
Is it your understanding that this will be the plan going forward?
Not necessarily. We'll see. You know, I mean, I got to be ready at any time. So I'm probably busier now than I've ever been.
And the run game, you obviously play a huge role in that too, coordinating that aspect of it. So feathering your cap for the performance as well, I guess.
Well, no, not our whole offensive staff. You know, receivers blocking downfield. You know, open up explosive runs for the backs. Deuce Staley, you know, getting those guys in the right hole. So I mean, as an offense, I felt like we ran the football well. You know, that's just something that I feel like we were able to do with the personnel that we had. Having Taylor Decker back made a big difference, I think. You know, so did some good things in the run game.
What's Josh Reynolds done over the last week to maybe make you a little bit more confident and step in and help you guys, and what does he bring to the table?
Well, he's getting in football shape, you know, and you know, he's shown strong hands. He's pretty sharp. He's picking up the offense pretty quickly, but I believe he can help us.
Just to be clear, Anthony, is Dan calling plays the majority of them this week?
We'll see.
How does that make you a better coach, I guess, if you're not calling plays? How does it improve your skill set?
You know, when you coordinating is a lot more than calling plays. And there's a lot of guys around the league that don't necessarily call the plays, but you know, you have to coordinate the meeting schedules. You're still trying to help serve the players the best you can, you know, and assist the head coach and the information that he needs to call the game. So, I mean, you still have a big role, but you're not the primary play caller.
I'm curious, you've been a guy that, you know, said he will ride the hot hand with running backs.
Yeah.
When you have a guy like Godwin who pops off a few in the Philadelphia game, then he goes back-to-back 14 and 42, how does that not merit another touch the rest of the game?
Well, I see Godwin getting a few more touches. You know, I thought he did a hell of a job last week, and this is a young man that played safety last year, and that he's learning the running back position in the National Football League. So he's growing like a weed, man. Deuce is doing a really good job with him.
Go ahead.
No, I just a point of clarification. I guess I never. Is there only one person that can talk to the quarterback?
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Whoever. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing defensively, I guess, right? That's the
Yes.
one person to talk to the green dot.
No, offensively, we liked it better when defensively when they couldn't, but you know. they made that stupid rule. Yeah.
You guys have faced some good edge rushers this year, obviously in the division you play in, but what do these two guys bring to the table? Just how much of a challenge are they?
It is a challenge because they're long, they're fast, and they're long, and there's just a lot of things where they can, they have a lot of different avenues to get to the quarterback. And so our protection plan is going to have to be on point. We're going to do a heck of a job protecting our quarterback and just keeping those guys off balance.
What about Cloudy as a run defender? He seems to be underrated about Jadavian.
I believe he is because he hustles from the backside. He runs down a lot of runs and he sets the edge running at him. So I think he's a really good run defender.
You leaned so heavily on the run game last week. Browns are very good against the run. Obviously,
Yeah.
you can't abandon it before you get there, but if it's not working, how important is it this week to have that pass game working for you coming in?
When you're running the ball well, you're able to throw the ball down the field a little bit and get behind the linebackers at least. So we the way we ran it last week, I think they're going to give us the benefit of the doubt. So I don't know, we don't know what the conditions are going to be at the game. And I lived in Cleveland for 3 years, and hell, we never knew what weather we were getting. Yesterday it's supposed to be sunny. Today it's supposed to be 82% rain. So it could be just like last week. If the field is sloppy and it's raining, it may turn into a team run drill on both sides of the ball because they do a decent job running the ball as well. But we're going to do what we feel like we have to do to win the game, and we know whatever quarterback's in the game, they can throw the ball down the field a little bit, and if we can get this running game going like we did last week, it sure would help.
Midwest isn't San Diego, right? Not 80 and something.
No, not at all.
What does Jamal Williams bring to the run game he's able to go?
Getting Jamal back, even though those young backs, I thought they ran hard, I thought they played well, but getting Jamal back brings back some leadership, man. His intangibles, we miss his intangibles, I can tell you that.
You talk about pushing the ball downfield. It sounds like Josh Reynolds might be lined up to make his debut with you guys this week. How's it looked in practice so far, and what does he bring to the
Josh has looked really good in practice. He's just still learning the offense, but I tell you, the times he's been in there, he's looked really good.
You expect him to be part of the game plan?
He has an opportunity to be. We don't know yet.
Just his size, right? He's 6'3", he can go up and get a ball. It seems like something maybe that's lacking in the offense with Tyrell,
Sure.
gone. Like, how important is it to just get that size element back out there?
It's a bigger target for the quarterbacks, and he has strong hands. I thought coming out of college he was one of the better 50-50 guys, and I kind of compared him to Mike Williams a little bit. Mike may have been a little stronger, but I kind of see Josh that way. If the ball's in his area code, he's going to come down with it.
Thanks, Bill.